Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where in my haste to end the last episode, because we were pretty far over in time, I didn't actually finish up this war. I completely forgot about our primary war target, and so we're going to deal with that. We're just going to, right away, take everything we can from them. There we go. Problem solved. Excellent. So we do have some exiled armies, apparently. They're off over this direction. I believe that all of these guys should go back to Beja. Yeah, they already are. These guys should come back over where they're not going to take attrition, and these guys are just chilling. That's fine. We do have a government reform available, and let's take a look at what is the options here. An administrative free policy, +1. Not too terrible, but what policies do we have available for administrative? Kind of none. We have a couple of military policies available. Okay. So that's probably not a great option. Clergy loyalty and clergy influence. I don't think we care too much about that. Leader cost, -10%, and nobility loyalty and influence. Or advisor costs, -10%, and merchants loyalty and influence. That advisor cost reduction is going to be huge. We are currently paying almost 40 gold per month, or 40 ducats per month, rather, in advisor maintenance. That is going to save us about, well, 3.8 ducats per month. That's not insubstantial. We'll take that. Excellent. Now, we do need to do some coring, and we're going to do this from the most overextension down to the least. Like so. We actually almost had enough to core all of this. That's slightly insane. Ever so slightly. But slightly insane nonetheless. On the month tick, we will have enough. And there we go. So we'll get that coring. We are going to have rebels brewing, and so we're going to get these guys to stop drilling for the time being. Royal marriage offer from Kalundwe, we accept. We should definitely take a look at doing additional annexation. Are we already annexing Chokwe? No, we are not, so we should. Let's do it. Basoga, of course, is going to be annexed soon enough, but there's a lot of anger amongst our vassals about us annexing them. That's definitely a thing. We're going to improve relations over here with Basoga for now. Lose 50 admin power. Okay. Our army organizer will die. Now, do we necessarily care about our army organizer? Land force limit modifier. Not necessarily, actually. We'll go ahead and do that, and we'll wait for a month tick here. This does mean that we're going to miss out on 3 military power. But a +3 should roll up on the month tick. Yes, land maintenance modifier. That is so much better. So much better than that land force limit modifier. We'll happily take that guy. He's not going to pay for himself, but he will offset his cost pretty dramatically. Excellent. Okay, so our troops are arriving in their locations eventually, and we haven't had any rebels yet, although we will. We're definitely entering a bit of a chill phase here. I want to get some of these vassals annexed and get some of that done. Yeah, our vassals are pretty upset that we've annexed them. So many vassals recently, but they're going to love being Shona, it's true. Oh, hello. Goods have been moved across continents since antiquity, but where this was previously limited to a set number of routes and goods, such as the manufactured goods of India and China finding their way across the Indian Ocean and along the Silk Road, all trade is now increasingly becoming part of a greater world network. With the discovery of the Americas, sea routes around Africa, and the crossing of the Pacific Ocean, local trade networks are being connected into one world-spanning interconnected web. Silver mined in the Andes is now being boxed and taken via Europe all the way to China and India. Iron mined and wrought in Scandinavia is being sold in West Africa by English merchants, and others are making a fortune just distributing cloth and spices within the Southeast Asian trade sphere. Local Indian merchants are investing in future European trade ventures. It may still be too early to speak of a truly global economy, but surely the first seeds have been sown. This changes everything. Okay, so global trade is now a thing, and let's take a look at where that spawned. Calais. Okay, so that's going to be a while away. However, actually, this isn't going to be too bad. It's already spreading in quite a number of our territories. Printing press is going to be a little harder for us to get. That said, it is spreading over here, and it should spread through over here soon enough. But we're going to have to move up and attack Mercuria, it feels like. That's going to be a requirement. We'll group these guys together. We're not going to attack them until we have our rebels dealt with. Like, this is going to be a problem for a bit. For sure. There's an affair between our Empress Consort and the Natural Scientist. And of all of these things, honestly, I feel like the ducks are the easiest to deal with. We'll get rid of those. And that does get rid of him. Ooh, missionary strength. That's solid. We'll do that. I'm very pleased about that. That does, of course, mean that we should be able to convert even people like Mapemba. And we definitely need to be working on our religious unity. So let's do that. There's a lot of religious, or not religious, but provincial unrest going on right now. We're going to continue working on our quantity ideas and getting that finished up soon enough. We're just trying to delay getting our next Miltech a little bit. You can see here that we are starting to take a malice from printing press, and we need to expand up this way for that. As I said, though, global trade, we're not going to have a problem with. Global trade is already spreading for us, and that is great. We can escalate this complaint, and honestly, I'm okay with that. That's fine. We can go ahead and seize land. We'll definitely take some Crownland here. Perfect. We can also look at potentially building some... Ooh, this is a solid number of workshops that are decent. We'll build those. How's our taxation looking? Less decent, but that's okay. And our manufactory. So let's sort by improvement amount, and let's do that. Excellent. So we'll get those constructions underway. We are making a good amount of cash at this point. That's always good to see. Now, one thing we need to consider is the fact that we are over our governing capacity by quite a bit, and we have a lot of states that can be made. That's a thing, for sure. Like, if we look up over this way, I believe, yeah, these are all territories up here. Well, not all of them, but a lot of these are territories. And that's a problem. We can definitely get away with doing our state firearm regiments at this point, I feel like. We can get rid of that at any time, but we're making enough money to make that worthwhile, I think. We do need a leader over here, and we'll get him in. And I guess if these guys aren't going to pop, well, Orsangali, Ausa, Kalundwe, and Mutapa particularists. Okay, well, in that case, we're not going to drill. These rebels are going to pop soon, and we're going to need to put them down, but that's fine. We will definitely do that. And I think we're reasonably content on everything that's going on over here. That looks fine. Our overextension is only at 45%, but that will drop pretty dramatically. We do actually need to protect our trade from Kazembe. Kazembe, you're being a very naughty vassal. Very naughty indeed. Chokwe will be finished up soon. Now, Kaffa's probably pretty upset at us. They are indeed. We're not going to be able to annex Kaffa anytime soon. Basoga, we probably will be able to... Well, not for a while, actually, I feel like. We're going to pull back our diplomat from there. Luba, we might be able to... There's that forced annexation, though. Kalundwe, we probably can. We'll start improving relations with them for now. Yeah, the Pope is no longer infallible. That's a thing. Could we go for a third army? I mean, we'd have to exceed our land force limit to do that. I'm not sure I want to do that at this point. What are we looking like? Oh, wow. We are number 3 in the Great Powers. And we would be number 2. If we had printing press and global trade. Or actually just printing press, I think. Because I don't think the Ottomans have embraced global trade. It's spreading up there, to be sure. But yeah, we're doing very, very well. How are our colonies doing? They're doing okay. Just fine. No problem whatsoever there. And we're definitely going to come down this way and start colonizing over here. But we need to fill in these gaps as well. That's all things that need to happen. So I'm reasonably happy with what's going on here. And we haven't had those rebel uprisings yet. It's very surprising, actually. Very surprising. Our overextension is going to be going away on 18 August 1602. Well, not entirely. This one will be 4 September because we didn't have quite the diplomatic, or rather admin power to make that happen. So next year is when that'll be going away. So 12 more month ticks in which the Kalundwe separatists might actually pop. Where are the Kalundwe separatists anyway? You should be down over here. Yeah, just right here. That's only 3.5 unrest. What's their actual chance to pop? 3.5. Oh, okay. 3.3% chance. 2.5 years, allegedly. 2.9 years. These might not pop. In which case, we're going to go ahead and start drilling. There's a small chance that I regret that, but I think there's a reasonable chance that I don't regret that. A skill 3 trader, plus 10% trade efficiency, or 5 prestige. We'll take the prestige since we're not capped. Sounds good. The Age of Reformation will be ending soon enough. And we can build additional things. That's fine. Minus 25 government reform progress. Okay. Don't mind that. Ah, there's our final quantity idea. Minus 10% land attrition. That is a huge deal for us. Okay, so we could get a noble counselor here. Okay, so this is going to last for 10 years. So, essentially this is playing the merchants versus the nobility again. Or we could actually give it to the clergy. So, monthly autonomy change, global trade power, or diplomatic relations. Honestly? What's our autonomy looking like? I mean, a lot of these are as autonomous or as unautonomous as they're going to get because they're a territorial core. This doesn't look too bad, in all honesty. Although, this view is weird. It's not what I was expecting for some reason. For some reason, we can't see what's out in Madagascar. I don't know. Regardless, I don't think autonomy is a big problem for us at this exact moment. So instead, we could go for the trade power or the diplomatic relations. Honestly, we don't need the diplomatic relations. Let's go for the trade power. There's a free policy available, a free military policy, and that means that we could take that national manpower modifier and land leader maneuver, or we could go for the land force limit and global settler increase. We're up over 1,000 manpower per month. That's usually my benchmark of pretty good. So I'm tempted to go for the global settler increase. Okay. Hang on. Do we get... Okay, that will raise our policy cost. So I think we'll just do that for now. I'm going for the land force limit, or rather for the manpower modifier. That did drop us down at some point to 986. It's close enough. It's close enough. Yeah, the nobility is disloyal. They'll get over it. Oh, that's why it dropped down. Because the nobility is disloyal. Sure. That'll be a thing. Lost our trade protection, CB. I don't care. That's fine. Okay, let's get ourselves some constructions over here. Specifically, we're going to be building some manufactories. Our vassal annexation will be done in Chokwe soon enough. I want to check all of our remaining vassals here. 164, 80, 56, 31, and 61. Yeah, we definitely need some additional work over here. We should also think about doing some work on our navy, but that sounds like work, and I don't like working on navies. I always inevitably neglect my navy in every game. I can't explain it, but I definitely neglect my navy. There's no point. Well, no point denying it, I guess is what I was trying to say there. So yeah, that's definitely a thing. I still can't believe we're ranked 3rd. That's absurd, but we are very strong. There's no doubt about that. Europe is not very angry with us either. Like, Europe's pretty cool with us, actually. It's just like, yeah, this is fine. I'm okay with that. I'm very okay with Europe being cool with us. How much more can we improve this by? Enough. However, once Chokwe finishes annexation, this is going to take a minus 30 malice. That's a lot. Hey, there's our cores coming in. And no peasants actually popping yet. Although they're getting close. Cool. 2 years. Okay, so the Funge Separatists are almost certainly going to be popping. We'll get these guys to stop drilling, and we'll take them down over this way to deal with the Funge Separatists. Excellent. Our units have suffered casualties. Oh no, anyway. Do we want to wait a month tick here? That is the question. Actually, we're already locked into this. That's awkward. Well, we don't have much morale. Hopefully it'll be enough. We have a much wider front. Only 3 deployed units of cavalry. Were we short a unit of cavalry? It was enough. We were short a unit of cavalry. We have 1 too many units of infantry. I did this wrong. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this guy. 827 will return to our manpower pool. Fantastic. And we're just going to recruit in a unit of cavalry over here. Excellent. And so back we go. Now, these others. The particularists are going to pop in about 2 years. It's mostly Pabungo. You know what? I'm just going to bump up the autonomy there. We aren't getting much from this anyway. That should be the Mutapan particularists handled. And Songye, huh? Which is right here. We're not getting much from this either. Let's just bump up the autonomy and be done with it. 11,000 manpower. We kind of don't need it, but okay. I guess we'll take it. We can put it to use, I suppose. Lagone. Up here. I mean, we're not getting much from this either. I'm just going to bump up the autonomy. In these single provinces, might as well. Okay, our colony finished. We're going to bump up autonomy here and here. Which colony was that finished? What are our existing colonies? This one and this one. Okay, so we need to send out a colonist out over this way then. Fantastic. So off we go. We're almost done annexing over here. Perfect. Group these guys together, drill them. And how are we doing with the Kalundwe Separatists? Yeah, that's fine. And for now, since these guys are so low, I'm not going to do any of that nonsense. That'll be fine. Our governing cap is pretty high. We could theoretically go for additional governing cap via expanding administration, but I'm not going to do that right now. Okay. So an army down here has no leader. Yep, we'll just get rid of that. That'll get us 4,000 men back into our manpower pool. And one thing that I want to do to spend down our manpower is start upgrading this monument. That'll take 4,500 ducats. And then we can use manpower to bring the project forward. That's kind of the idea, but that's a lot of ducats. There's no doubt about it. We can invest in admin tech, and that is great. Textile manufactories would be amazing. Let's do it. Early modern administration would be very helpful for us too. Getting that sweet, sweet governing cap. As well as state houses, actually. That would be good. We definitely need to be putting tech points into our admin and dip tech since we still are not taking malices here. Okay, Kalundwe is currently maxed, so let's see what we've got there. Yeah, with the annexed vassal, that is a little low. We can, however, send them a gift for 25 opinion, and that would get us up to where we need to be. So let's go ahead and do that. How much gold do they want for 25 opinion? 75. That's not very much. Cool. Okay, so at this point, we are going to start annexing this vassal as soon as we can. That's a solid heir right there. I like it. Dombo is a good heir. Thanks, buddy. We're going to annex this vassal immediately. There we go. And now we can grab our dip tech here. Naval battery, naval morale, Mayslander merchants, and combat width in navies. Okay. Sounds good. Can also now build naval batteries. So you can see here we're starting to take a printing press malice. That's okay. And our unbalanced research is gone. So that's fantastic. Do we have an explorer over here? We do not. Our colony here just became self-sustaining. We're going to send our colonist down over this way to start filling in this area. So we're going to have basically 3 colonist projects, right? We're going to have one working on this, one working on this, and one working on this out here. That's the overall idea right now. So that should be just fine. We are approaching the cap on our manpower. And to that end, ooh, look at this. Makuria has broken up. They're guaranteed by Yemen. And that's okay. Yemen is Miltech 15. That's a little spooky. We're definitely behind them in Miltech. That's okay. We are going to be getting Miltech 14 for our next military expenditure, which will help us a lot, actually. Combat width +2 is not bad right now. That's for sure. And infantry fire is always good. African hussars, so new cavalry units as well. Not too shabby. We have Yao separatists brewing, and they're going to be firing fairly soon. That's up over here. Honestly, I'm just going to increase autonomy up here. We're not getting much of anything from these since they're territorial cores anyway. And I don't want to deal with those factions. It'll be fine. No real problem. That should deal with that. We could build more manufactories, and I'm interested in doing that, but I'm also interested... Oh, okay. Spain is going to get a bunch of ducks. Congrats, Spain. I'm also interested in getting ourselves our monument upgrade here, because those tech cost reductions will actually help us a lot. That's mostly what we're interested in, is the tech cost reductions. We do need about 2,000 gold, 2,500, to make that happen. Every time I look at this while zoomed out, it almost looks like it's occupied, but it's not. Let's check in real quick on the status of printing press here. Okay, so it is spreading in our territory over here. And it is spreading in Kaffa now. We should definitely fight Yemen and Mercuria and Dongla when we get a chance. Our colony down here is self-sustaining. That's wonderful. We're going to send a colonist right down here. And we'll make that into a core. Wait a second. No, this was the one. Okay, I saw him still there chopping, and I was like, wait, did I send the colonist to the wrong place? But no. No, I did not. So that is good, and it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, I think we are going to go conquer some printing presses. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.